All right, so this is us cutting through this oak dowel. I'll tell you what, it this thing made you feel just totally weak the entire time I was doing it. They make it look so easy on those videos, and they just basically run up there and smack the knife through it. There's a lot of technique involved here, and at 5'8", I'm kind of disadvantaged as far as angle and leverage and however that goes. But even at that, it's a lot of perfect technique. I'm not going to make any excuses. I just don't know what I'm doing at this point. Gary was totally a great instructor. You know, he wasn't rushing or mad or anything like that, belittling. He was just a perfect instructor to teach this kind of stuff. And it got frustrating after a while as far as, you see other people do it. And the gentleman before me was considerably older, but just mangled his. And it matters how strong you are, kind of, but it really matters how fast you are and how good you are with the knife. So I'm pretty strong, but man, my speed and accuracy is way below average here. And I just felt like I was totally lost for a while. And he started correcting my hand position. You'll see here in a little bit, he corrects my hand position, and he kind of corrects the angle of my knife. And then the other instructor, he was really helpful too. His name was Anthony, I believe. And he was really nice. And they were all long suffering with my just incompetence and inability to make it through that dowel. But they kept encouraging me and just encouraging everybody that was there, basically. There was one guy there that was really, really good. He was like gifted at chopping stuff, so he was really good. I didn't get him on video because I didn't want to feel bad later on in life. And so I got it once there, and then I think I got it one more time at the end, and I called it quits, if I remember correctly. So there we go. Missed that one, and I got that one, and I think I retired on a high note there. So it was kind of eye-opening as far as how difficult it can be to actually do this stuff. All right, now you want to talk about something that's frustrating. Trying to cut the tip off of a bendy straw with that giant knife. And one of the problems is my left hand is where all my finesse comes from. So I'm left-handed when it comes to writing, when it comes to eating, let's see, picking my nose. But everything finesse is left-handed. If I'm going to do something that requires something intricate, I'm going to go left-handed. Right-handed, that's like my beast mode hand. So if I'm going to punch somebody as hard as I can, I'm going to do it right-handed. If I'm going to chop through a tree, I'm going to do it right-handed. And so it's kind of a challenge to take this weird right hand. Now I can do a little bit of stuff with my right hand, but not as intricate as I can with my left hand. So I'm like Momo dexterous here. I got weird things going on. And chopping through those bendy straws is no joke with that giant knife. And you got to hit it at the right angle. You got to hit it the right place on the knife. And doing that, even with the hand that you're used to, is kind of challenging. And once you add the fact that my right hand is basically like, cousin Eddie of my dexterity range, then it just makes it that much more difficult. So right here, eventually I made it through a couple of the straws. Okay, this is one of the more difficult things to do here, and it doesn't seem like it would be for some reason. That's another thing they make look really simple, just slicing through that rope. I think it's so much about angles, and it's so much about that knife being really sharp, and it's about getting your arm properly positioned and your legs in the right position. And see, you got to swing all the way through. And I'm kind of afraid to swing all the way through because I don't want to lop off my leg. But I think that's the 1.5 inch rope, and that thing was pretty difficult to get through. And if you check out the videos of the big time guys do it, Donovan and Big Chris and any of those guys at the high up, man, they just mow through that stuff, and it's just a lot of cool technique. I kind of spliced this weird, so I'm not exactly sure. I think I end on a good note here, the way this thing ended up. But I got the hang of it towards the end, but it just never really. I'm just gonna have to practice a lot, and that rope can get expensive, so I'm gonna have to build me a table just to figure out what I need to do to get better at this. But I think this may have been the most frustrating thing of the day. I'm not gonna lie, no, that wasn't. There was one more thing more frustrating, but I'll show you that later. That was just something silly that I could work on pretty easily. But this thing, there I got a good one. All right, so I got a good one there. But it's just a matter of making sure you do the right technique over and over again and getting that slice down. And I'm sure a bunch of y'all would be a lot better at this than me. I don't have a lot of knife skills as it is. But if you got height and you got speed, you'll most likely be much better at it than you think you would. Okay, so this was the shipping tube ring slice. And the whole goal of this is to slice a complete ring out of this shipping tube. And you can do as many cuts as you want and as many rings as you can possibly get. I think the lead instructor here said that he made 10 once. So what he told us to do is kind of start slicing the side and kind of move into range of that tube there. I got a whole lot more footage of these guys helping out, and I just didn't want to include them too much because it's not. I don't think it'd be kosher to show off them as much. But let me just say, if you guys are ever trying to get into this, those guys are the best instructors. I won't say it too much, but they're awesome. They're real kind, very patient, and long-suffering with my incompetence level, and just did really, really good in helping me out. They keep you motivated, help you not be too frustrated, and it was really cool. Just meeting those guys was totally worth it, and being able to be instructed by them was awesome. So it's this was a little bit more fun for me. I ended up badly there, but I liked the ring slice on this, one of my favorites, because it didn't hurt a whole lot while you were doing it. Okay, so this is where it really got frustrated for me. This is probably the only time during the whole day that I just wanted to quit an event, and it's crazy because it seems like it would be the easiest. I didn't even put up probably half the times I tried to get through this silly piece of paper, and I may have made it through 1 out of 10 times, and that's all I'm going to say about that. All right, this is the tennis ball, golf ball chop. I did kind of good at this. I wasn't super good, but I managed to whack it a couple times, and I liked it. It was fun. I like trying to hit the moving targets. Like I said, I think I got right there. That was a good one, and I think I can get it here a little bit. And I kind of clipped it. But overall, I liked this event a lot. It was fun, and we burned through a bunch of balls on that one. All right, this is the water slice, the bottle slice, and we went from 2 bottles to 5 bottles to 10 bottles. And this is about half of the cuts that I've made on this. And it's a little more difficult than you think. You got to stay flat and fast and even through the whole thing. I did pretty good on this, but not great. I mean, the one guy was really awesome, but I managed to get through 8, I think. So the 2x4 part, that was the most exhausting. Every time you run into a 2x4, it was exhausting, especially the last time I did it, which you'll see later. But that was a lot of fun because that's a lot of power and just a lot of chopping. Of course, you got to get the angles right, and when you're chopping, so it's not just all brute strength. But that's kind of like the thing that you watch first, and what kind of got me into the idea that I wanted to do this. But it is the most painful thing, and it takes a lot out of you, especially if you get winded. And I don't get winded super easily, but it winded me after the big finale at the end. I was pretty exhausted, but this was fun. I like the power stuff. Okay, so this is at the end of class. This is like the final run, just a whole complete thing. I kind of made it through the first 2x4 okay. It wasn't as good as my training 2x4, but I'm telling you, 7 hours on that concrete and doing this all day, I was pretty exhausted. And I'm pretty sure the knives weren't as sharp as they could have been. No excuses, though. I was way tired. My back was killing me. And so I managed to get the rope cut. I think I got one of the straws. Oh, so you can't go back twice, but so I nicked the straw right, but I didn't cut it on the first swipe. You only get one swipe at them. And then I missed the dowel completely here. I got a good swipe at the 1.5 inch rope, but I didn't get it all the way off. I got a little stringer there. And I just totally messed up on the shipping rings here. It just catches my knife here. I didn't get close enough to the base of the knife. And this one exhausted me. Oh, this one just, the vertical 2x4 this time ate my lunch. If you can tell I'm not getting close enough to my knuckles to get in there and get the chops out of that wood that I needed to. And I wasn't thinking about it. Right now I'm just thinking, get through it. The more chops, the better. And I should have got a little bit closer, and it would have made a bigger impact on what I was doing. And, the more you do it, the more you learn. And then I whiffed the paper here. Now, the second one was a perfect cut, but it doesn't count. You have to do it one time. I don't remember how exactly I did on the balls. I think I just totally whiffed the tennis ball, and then I got the golf ball. Yeah, I nailed the golf ball with the tennis ball. I got 8 out of 10 bottles here, so that wasn't too bad. I'm still a little bit tired, but you'll see what exhausts me here at the end. I got a decent cut on the rope, but I didn't get it all the way off. Just a little stringer there, too. Got the force cut down there. I did pretty good on that. That's just all about just crunching down on it and trying to get it. And it missed the red cut on that. And then this thing took me forever. See how far away I am? I'm just totally missing. You need to get closer so that you're making an impact. And my angles start getting way off. And I'm just thinking, man, I want this to be done. The biggest thing that was hurting me was my back, just from being there all day. But right here I'm thinking, oh, I'm almost done. Just power through it. And that's not what you need to do. You got to stay concentrated. Keep that thing in your hand at the right angle, and then you can chop right through it. All right, so here's my Big Chris choppers to end up the video here. So I'm going to be leaving here tomorrow, go Tennessee and do my thing and see how good I do. I appreciate y'all watching this video. I'm telling you, it was a lot of fun and really exhausting to be involved with that, but man, you tall guys and fast guys and whatever, you're good at chopping. It's fun, and the people are really, really nice. It's kind of a get together kind of feeling sometimes. So I'm looking forward to it, and I appreciate y'all checking this out. Hopefully I get better in time. I'll keep posting my videos. I'm gonna get some video of this competition coming up at Smoky Mountain, and I'll put that out. But as far as the chopping goes, I'm really excited about being able to use this one. And man, this thing's a beast. I can't wait. It's got a little bit of a jag there, so see, it kind of goes down a little bit. I think it's going to help me with my height problem, but we'll see how that goes. All right, so that's it. That's my training video. That's all the good stuff and most of the bad stuff. There wasn't any cussing involved. They wouldn't allow it. So, but they're really awesome. Again, man, if you guys get a chance to be trained by the guys at Waxahachie, they were awesome. The Bladesports people have been really kind and really cool. And you can't ask for more than that. All right. Do me a favor. Let's see, where's like there, subscribe there, ding the bell, and then check out the rest of my videos. And I will talk to y'all later.